Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are back with even more congressional donors. This is part 24, and today we are doing Cunningham through Davidson. So we'll actually be hitting into the D's with today's episode. So let's go ahead and jump into this. The first one I'm going to talk about today is Joe Cunningham. He is 38-year-old, and he represents the 1st District of South Carolina. He is a Democrat, and he is serving his first term in the U.S. House of Representatives. He attended College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina, graduated with a B.S. from Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, Florida, graduated with a J.D. from Northern Kentucky University in Highland Heights, Kentucky. He's been an ocean engineer, a lawyer, a business owner before being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. His House committees are the Committee on Natural Resources and the Committee on Veterans Affairs. Now, let's look at his top 5 individual donors. At the top, we have Motley Rice, LLC. They are one of the largest American plaintiffs' litigation firms, and they are headquartered in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. They donated $72,195. Next is the Medical University of South Carolina. Pretty self-explanatory. They donated $45,531. Next is Democracy Engine, a web-based platform for organizations that fundraise for candidates and causes, and they donated $33,200. Next is Nelson Mullins et al. Nelson Mullins Riley and Scarborough is a U.S. law firm and lobby group based in Columbia, South Carolina, and they donated $24,300. And the last one is End Citizens United, and they are a political action committee working to reverse the U.S. Supreme Court decision in Citizens United versus the FEC. And they are headquartered in Washington, D.C. They donated $20,235. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, retired. Wonderful. They donated altogether $641,567. Next, lawyers and law firms. They donated altogether $589,763. Next is securities and investment, which altogether donated $278,339. Next, Democratic and liberal groups, which altogether donated $190,149. And finally, real estate, which altogether donated $174,384. And once again, that was Joe Cunningham of South Carolina. Next person we're going to talk about is John Curtis. He's 60-year-old, and he represents the 3rd District of Utah. He is a Republican, and he is serving his second term in the U.S. House of Representatives. He attended the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, Utah, graduated with a BS from Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. He's been a sales representative, a business executive, had an unsuccessful candidacy for the Utah State Senate, an unsuccessful candidacy for the Utah State House of Representatives, was the mayor of Provo, Utah, before finally being elected to the United States House of Representatives. His House committees are the Committee on Natural Resources and the Committee on Foreign Affairs. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, we have MedQuest Pharmacy, a company that offers prescription drugs and non-prescription medicines and serves customers throughout the state of Utah. It is headquartered in North Salt Lake, Utah. It donated $12,200. Next is doTERRA, a multi-level marketing company that sells essential oils and other related products. They are headquartered in Pleasant Grove, Utah. They donated $11,750. Next is For Life Research, a company that offers nutritional meal packs, protein products, protein bars and capsules, products for kids and teens. It operates worldwide and is headquartered in West Sandy, Utah. They donated $11,200. Next is Qualtrics Incorporated, an experience management company with co-headquarters in Provo, Utah and Seattle, Washington. They donated $11,200. And lastly, doTERRA International, which I'm assuming is just the international arm of the doTERRA company. They donated $11,000. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, pharmaceuticals and health products, which altogether donated $48,181. Next, oil and gas, which altogether donated $36,500. Next, telecom services, which altogether donated $30,500. Next, leadership packs, which altogether donated $30,000. And finally, retail sales, which altogether donated $27,200. And once again, that was John Curtis of Utah. The next person we're going to talk about is Stephen Daines. He's 57-year-old, and he is one of the 2 senators from Montana. He is a Republican, and he is serving his first term as a U.S. Senator. He graduated with a BS from Montana State University in Bozeman, Montana. He's been a businessman, a delegate for the Republican National Convention, had an unsuccessful candidacy for Lieutenant Governor of Montana, was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served 1 term, before finally being elected to the U.S. House, or U.S. Senate. Now, his Senate committees are the Committee on Appropriations, the Committee on Finance, the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, and the Committee on Indian Affairs. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, Club for Growth, a 501c conservative organization with an agenda focused on cutting taxes and other economic ideas. It has 2 political parts, an affiliated political action committee named Club for Growth PAC, and a Club for Growth Action, an independent expenditure-only PAC. They donated $68,262. Next, the Susan B. Anthony List, a 501c4 nonprofit organization that seeks to reduce and ultimately end abortion in the U.S. by supporting anti-abortion politicians, primarily women, through its Susan B. Anthony List Candidate Fund PAC. It donated $62,836. Next is the National Republican Senatorial Committee, the Republican Hill Committee for getting Republicans elected to the U.S. Senate. They donated $44,607. Next is Langlis and Associates, a company that offers designing, building, general contracting, maintenance, and project development services. It's headquartered in Bozeman, Montana, and it donated $41,700. And last is Barnard Construction, a company that constructs dams, tunnels, water and sewer lines, and hydropower plants by serving clients in the state of Montana, headquartered in Bozeman, Montana. They donated $39,500. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, retired. Good. They donated $1,543,515. Next, Republican conservative groups. They donated $713,894. Next, securities and investment, which altogether donated $630,343. Next, leadership PACs, which altogether donated $541,131. And finally, real estate, which altogether donated $452,846. And once again, that was, if I can open the pages up, Steve Daines of Montana. Next person we'll talk about is Sharice Davids. She's 40-year-old and represents the 3rd District of Kansas. She is a Democrat and is serving her first term in the U.S. House of Representatives. She is an actual enrolled member of the Ho-Chunk Native Nation. She attended Haskell Indian Nations University in Lawrence, Kansas. She attended the University of Kansas in Lawrence, Kansas. She graduated with an AA from Johnson County Community College in Overland Park, Kansas. Graduated with a BA from University of Missouri in Kansas City, Missouri. Graduated with a JD from Cornell in Ithaca, New York. Was a lawyer, a business owner, a nonprofit executive, a professional athlete, and a White House fellow before being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Her House committees are the Committee on Small Business and the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. Now, her top 5 individual donors. At the top, Emily's List, an American PAC that aims to help elect pro-choice Democratic female candidates. And they donated $49,773. Next is Democracy Engine, a web-based platform for organizations that fundraise for candidates and causes. And they donated $28,150. Next is the League of Conservation Voters, an American environmental advocacy group that pushes for environmental laws and policies, elects pro-environment candidates, and holds them accountable. They donated $16,249. Next is the New Democratic Coalition, a congressional member organization within the U.S. Congress made up of centrist, capitalist Democrats who support an agenda that the organization describes as moderate and pro-growth and supports a balanced budget. Everything was sounding okay up until that. They donated $15,100. And the last one is Emerson Collective, a social change organization focused on education, immigration reform, the environment, media and journalism, and health. Headquartered in Palo Alto, California. They donated $14,000. Now, her top 5 industry donors. At the top, human rights. Good. They donated $236,382. Next, retired. Still good. They donated $221,317. Next, leadership PACs. They donated $183,700. Next, Democratic liberal groups. They donated $180,339. And finally, securities and investment. They donated $165,881. And once again, that was Sharice Davids. Final person we're going to talk about today is Warren Davidson. He's 50-year-old, and he represents the 8th District of Ohio. He is a Republican, and he is serving his 3rd term in the U.S. House. He graduated with a BA from the U.S. Military Academy in West Point, New York. Graduated with a MBA from the University of Notre Dame in Notre Dame, Indiana. He was a member of the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service. He was a business owner. He was a trustee for the Concord Township of Ohio before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. His House committees is the Committee on Financial Services. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, the House Freedom Fund, a group to help conservatives get elected to Congress. They donated $10,000. Next, Majority Committee PAC, Political Action Committee with little more information found. They donated $10,000 as well. Next is Mortgage Bankers Association, and they are a U.S. national association representing all facets of the real estate industry. They are headquartered in Washington, D.C., and they also donated $10,000. Next is UBS Americas. The company offers a wide range of services such as wealth management, asset management, and investment banking services. And they are headquartered in Greenville, Delaware. And they donated $10,000. And the last one is CGCN Group, formerly known as Clark, Gedaldig, Cranford, and Nielsen. It is an all-Republican issue advocacy and lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. They donated $9,000. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, Securities and Investment. They donated altogether $68,625. Next, Insurance, who altogether donated $66,528. Next is Retired, Good, who altogether donated $59,187. Next is Commercial Banks, who altogether donated $42,950. And last is Accountants, who altogether donated $37,250. And once again, that was Warren Davidson of Ohio. That is everyone. I will try to have the sources in the description as always. But, as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. If someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later, y'all.